ICE in case of emergency was originally conceived by a British paramedic in 2005. His idea was for everyone to have an ICE number or an in case of emergency number stored in their cell phones so emergency personnel would know who to contact on behalf of the cell phone owners in the event of an emergency. Now, an Ottawa company has taken that idea one step further and created ICE tags. Gwen Staltari is with ICE in case of emergency. She joins me in the studio now. That is a bit of a mouthful. ICE in case of emergency. Nice to meet you, Gwen. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is what an ICE tag looks like. And this is what your company has created. So tell me why you wanted to evolve this idea.
Well, my original company is doing Italian charms and different things with, fashion accessories with a lot of, minor sports groups and stuff around the city. And one thing, we're always trying to stay on top of the latest, trends and things. And one of the things that came out was dog tags. Actually, the popularity of dog tags have really come back. And it was about that time that I had heard of the ICE in case of emergency cell phone contacts and thought, geez, we could really take this one step further. And because there's so many, great concept with the cell phone, but it's not without its drawbacks. Mm-hmm. One of them being a cell phone is it's difficult to identify the cell phone's owner. Yeah. Quite often in a accident or a mishap, the cell phone is separated from their owners. And quite often, a lot of companies actually suggest that you keep your cell phone locked to prevent, unauthorized usage. So we thought of different things that possibly you could do. So we sat down and went through, every scenario that we could possibly picture. And myself, I have, 2 teenage daughters, so safety is obviously a big concern with everybody. And we went through and tried to think of every different scenario and to create an ICE tag for that different situations. So, people that aren't carrying cell phones and, not carrying purses. Yes, we tried to cover every different scenario so everybody could have their ICE tag.
Okay, so you have ICE tags as zipper pulls, on the shoe, on the bike helmet. You've sorted out the situation with the cell phone by making it a sticker. You've got the popular dog tag. You've also got the keychain, a different type of keychain. And basically, the information that's on this is just 2 names and 2 phone numbers. Now, explain to me why the information is so simple and, just 2 names and 2 phone numbers. It doesn't tell you anything about the relationship of that person to the emergency victim.
That's right. Well, the reason we wanted to do that is a privacy issue. It's very safe for young children to wear them, and basically what we did is we went out in the field for several months and doing research, and we've spoken with paramedics and firefighters, different emergency medical personnel, and basically that was it. It's just that's what they're looking for, and went through their steps of what happens, in an emergency kind of thing, and that was it. It was just basic, simple, who to contact and that number. Now, if somebody has an ICE tag, ideally, what we suggest, and we give them a little, information sheet when they get an ICE tag, is that they actually let the person that is their ICE contact, know and supply them with any, emergency information or anything like that would be needed in that
situation.
Right.
So the emergency personnel think this is a great idea, right?
They love it.
Okay.
They like the fact that it's very simple, it's very easy to recognize, and a lot of them said, the cell phone is a great idea, but they don't have time, and there's so many different cell phones out there, every day. There's exactly to try and go through it. So what they've done is they said the simplicity, I think, is the big thing that they like about it, that it's so easily recognizable. They love the fact of that, and we've actually been doing a lot of work with, we've partnered up or sort of become members with the Professional Paramedics Association of Ottawa. They love it, so we're going to be doing some, promotional work with them as well. One thing, getting back to the whole charity thing, is we've had actually discussions with different companies. We haven't made any final decisions yet because we are getting such great feedback from many people. One of them being like Mad Canada. Is to have, like I said, these things people don't realize, how quickly something happens, and,
You need that information and you need it fast.
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you, has this been a significant investment for you to go about doing this?
Well, we originally, I think, started thinking about it, or thought about it in July of last year, And yeah, there was a lot of work that actually went into, again, what type of material is it going to be made from? Because you're speaking with firefighters, paramedics, they want to know, is it fireproof, is it shockproof, is it acid, all these different things. So, we work pretty hard in finding that. So yeah, it's a whole different process that has to be made, which does require, some fairly big equipment to make them. So yeah, there's been a significant, investment in it, but we knew this would sort of be, something long term. So.
Right. And are you profitable?
Yes, I'm pleased to say that the response has been incredible. Okay. And that's our goal, is to have every man, woman, and child have an ice tag. And, so we want people to think of it as insurance, Yeah. You're really glad you have it, but you hope you don't have to use it.
Exactly. Okay, I know that you are doing things, trying to get the word out about the ice tag, and you're actually approaching the school boards, etc., because this could be a fundraising event for schools, correct? How would that work?
Well, what we would do with the schools is we found with selling the ice tags, when somebody sees it, family member or whatever, general rule of thumb has been, the average has been 4 ice tags per family is generally what we see. So what we've done is I know a lot of schools have different fundraising initiatives, and I know, there's schools that work with different charities, like Students Against Drunk Driving, for instance, or OSED. And so what we've done, again, is sticking with the thing of giving back, is working with the school or organization and work it so a percentage of each ice tag would in fact go back to the school, So for instance, if you have, 4 ice tags and, 1,500 children in a school, 4 ice tags, per family, it can quickly add up to a lot of, money for the school.
Yeah. So. And I guess the great thing about that is you put it in the hands of school kids, they're walking around trying to sell it to people. You're getting your message out, and you will hit pretty much everybody in the population, because they take it to their aunts and uncles and their grandparents and their neighbor next door, and everybody's going to get themselves an ice tag.
It's actually, the referral has been, we haven't had to do a lot of advertising, because you're right, when one person sees it. I know when my daughter started wearing them to school, they had them on their school bags, and their friends started asking, wow, can we get an ice tag made for us? So yeah, so it's been great.
I guess when I was on your website, it indicated that you have a bit of a deal on right now until the end of the month. After that, they go up to their regular price. So if you're interested in getting yourself an ice tag, you want to check out the website. What is the full website title?
It is www.iceincaseofemergency.ca.
Okay. www.iceincaseofemergency.ca is the place to look for one of these if you're interested in getting yourself an ice tag. Gwen, very nice to meet you. Good luck with your business.
Thank you very much for having us.
You're welcome. Gwen Staltari is the president and the owner of Ice in Case of Emergency, based here in Ottawa. We'll be right back.